Guys, are we absolutely cooked when it comes to making music? Because I discovered a little over a year ago that AI music could not only make music better than me, but it can have better ideas than me and produce music better than me and think better than me. And I kind of reached this existential crisis. And I just want to share honestly with you where I'm at, and maybe something that I share would maybe help some of you. What's up, guys? Leo here with Not Just a Demo. And I'm here to kind of unpack something that I've been thinking about for a long time. And it's something that has impacted me deeply, and maybe it's impacted you as well. And so I just wanted to share just vulnerably from a really raw place, and hopes that it would help you and encourage you and maybe kind of help you land in a place where you can function and have a purpose for your music. So a little over a year ago, I got my daughter this like writing tablet that she could draw on. On this writing tablet, there was an app called Suno, and she started making these AI songs. So I was really curious about it. And I was like, these are actually pretty cool little ideas. And at first it's just like put a prompt in and then you hear what it comes up with. And then I started to discover not only could this app make music on its own, but it can cover your own music. And so I started feeding it some of my own music demos. I would feed it, tell it like a general prompt, like I want this in this style, and have it a male vocalist or a female vocalist or whatever. And then something incredibly amazing and tragic happened at the same time, where I was feeding it all of this stuff, like all of my demos, and I got the recordings back within like 30 seconds, right? And it completely blew my mind. And to be honest with you, like this app could make better music than I ever could hope to dream in my whole life. To be honest with you, I had an existential crisis. I kind of identify myself as a musician and a songwriter. And so when I discovered that this app could not only make music better than me, but it could produce it, it could write it, it can do things that I could never hope to do in my entire lifetime. So I had this moment of existential crisis. If I can't make music, then what am I good for? And I kind of just stopped creating music for a while. And I'm not happy to admit that. But what I wanted to share was something that might help you, in that you might be in a similar boat to where you have some music talent, you have some passion to create your own songs. And maybe you're at a fork in the road right now, like I was with AI music. And I'm just going to tell you, don't do what I did. Don't stop making music. Don't simply just quit because this app can now all of a sudden create demos better than you can. So here's some things that I learned about making some music after really going hard into making music with Suno and other apps like it. At first, I was kind of like, oh, this is kind of funny. Write a prompt about a ridiculous song idea, and then it comes up with this really crazy idea. And, you know, music is funny with AI. Like it's humorous. But then I started to tell it to cover my music. And so I'm going to show you a clip here of one of my early song demos that I never finished, and I'll show you the end result. So take a listen to this.
Why should I keep up my guard when you are the one who fights for my heart? Can you keep me from falling apart? Why should I push you away when you are the only love that stays? Can you keep me from falling? Can you keep me from falling apart? Why should I keep up my guard when you are the one who fights for my heart? Can you keep me from falling apart?
Why should I push you away when you are the only love that stays? Can you keep me from falling? Can you keep me from falling apart?
I've been holding on by a thread, whisper prayers inside my head. You walking in silence, every scar. All my shattered pieces come and make me whole. You love me from the start when your mercy pulls me close.
Why should I keep up my guard when you are the one who fights for my heart? Can you keep me from falling apart? Why should I push you away when you are the only love that stays? Can you keep me from falling? Can you keep me from falling apart?
Every time I break, you're steady. Catch me when the weight gets heavy. Never let me hit the ground. Even in my doubt, you're near me. All your love keeps reappearing. You turn my silence into sound.
Why should I keep?
So you can see how like the idea that I had was taken to the 9th and 10th degree of this app. And the singer can sing way better than I will ever dream to be. The production is next level. Like the producing in it is unreal. And so what happened was I started to get addicted to this. I'm like, I don't need to make music anymore. I wanted to see what this idea would become. So I started like feeding it more and more and more. So I got so addicted to this that my kids started to drive them nuts. Like I started to feed this AI like all of the songs that I had written them and like, oh, this is what a real singer would sound like if they had written this song. And so there's an insidious little thing that happened to me where it started to replace my own voice and my own creativity. And it started to give me this like existential crisis. And I started like giving up on writing music because I was more concerned about the end result of music and the songs that I would write. I stopped doing it. I became lazy. I became someone who just like fed AI something so that it could like give me a quick fix. And I kind of lost my soul in it a little bit. And I'm not happy to admit that. But I'm here to tell you that AI is not the bad guy necessarily. The bad guy is actually my own insecurity, my own laziness, my own lack of belief in myself and the songs that God has given me. And so I want to be the guy in your corner to help encourage you and tell you not to give up on writing, because it's not just about the end result with our music. Because you can now get an amazing result from this AI thing within seconds. And it's so cheap and it's so shortcutted. It's like the scene in the movie Harry Potter where he's standing in front of that mirror. I don't know the name of it. I'm not like super versed in the lore of Harry Potter, but he's standing in the mirror and Dumbledore stands beside him and he's telling Harry, like, this is what you want to see, but it's not real. And it's the same thing with AI. It's like we can put ourselves through these filters and kind of see this result like, wow, I am awesome. I am so good at this, when it's not real. It's like an illusion. What I've done is I've kind of shortcutted the process of songwriting, and it took the soul out of it for me. And it became an amusement and like a gross shortcut that felt very like violating, honestly, but I knew that it was going on. I knew that for a year now, like I've been doing this without integrity. What God gives through that creativity, AI is trying to steal. Like it's trying to imitate. It can't actually create. This is a really huge concept. AI can only mimic. It cannot create. So it's a sobering reality for us. We're at a crossroads, and we can either choose to just like demonize AI music, or we can choose to make it help us become better. I don't want to let the computer tell me who I am. I'm not going to let the computer steal who I am. So ultimately where I've landed is AI is just like anything else, any other tool. It is a tool to make you become better. Yeah, I don't want to sound preachy to you guys. I am trying to be the guy to help. When I first discovered this AI stuff, honestly, it blew my mind, and it felt like it replaced me in what I'm trying to do with this channel, and that is to help you have better demos, more professional sounding recordings, better songs. And if AI is replacing me, then what should I do this for? Like, there's no purpose for me to do this. And so I kind of am going to lean into the fact that we still need your songs. You still need to be writing music. It matters. It matters not just to people who hear it. It matters to your soul. It matters to the people around you. Even when I did the AI songs and I showed my kids, they were so annoyed. My kids are like over it. They're over the oversaturation of AI generated stuff in general. They can tell BS when they hear it. They have told me over and over again, Dad, I prefer your voice. I prefer Mom's voice. And because I was so insecure, I'm just letting you in on my world here. I was insecure about my voice, my writing ability. I just let it silence me. And the fact is, our kids and the people that we love, they need a real expression of your heart and your voice. Simple as that. We as songwriters need to lean into the uniqueness of who we are and not try to be someone else, not try to sound like someone else. You can borrow stuff from other people. That's actually what AI is doing as well. And that's what other great artists are doing. They're borrowing things that they've heard that have inspired them, but they take it and they make it part of their own style. And so I want to encourage you and myself to really just make music because you can, and because it matters to your soul and it matters to those that you love. The expression that you have been given is unlike any other. And don't ever believe the lie that some robot can make music that's more important than you. I've been a part of some songwriting groups before, and what they call co-writes. And basically it's like this concept where you go into a room with another person and you have a writing session. That's how they do it in Nashville and places like that, where they actually make a lot of hits. I've only been a part of a few of those. I was told in one of them, like, hey, don't be too precious about that idea. And as a result, I'm like, okay, I need to like have some more thick skin. Part of that is true. We need to be less sensitive about some of the ideas that we bring to the table. Let's not be so sensitive that we can't take any feedback. But on the other side of it, we really have to like protect and guard the ideas that are genuinely so good and that maybe not everyone understands yet. Like maybe not everyone is for that idea, but to you, it really matters. Like how many songs out there are there because a songwriter was like, no, this is the song that I'm writing. Like, I don't care if you don't like it. Like, think about the Beatles. Think about all of these artists who have written these songs that probably didn't make a lot of sense to people at the time. But now we look back and we listen to them and they're classics. They're timeless. They define culture. And so we are in the same moment right now. And if we're not careful, we're going to let this AI music stuff take over. And I don't want to see that happen. Like, have you gone into a restaurant and you hear a Spotify playlist and it's AI generated music and it's aggravating? It is so maddening. Someone with no skill, without any practice, without any musical knowledge, came up with some prompts generated by AI, created this AI music, and have like millions of listeners on Spotify every month. It's insanity. Like that, it just like grinds at my core. I don't know about you. I just want to make the point that the music discipline matters. Those hours that you've spent learning your instrument, those hours that you've spent learning how to produce music, figuring out the tutorials online, figuring out how to use the software, figuring out how to write music that sounds good. That stuff matters. Don't shortcut the process. Go through the process of learning your instrument. Go through the process of becoming as good as you possibly can become. And this is the vow that I'm taking right now, is like, I'm going to go even harder right now after music. Ideas that God has given me that I need to get out, but I've been too lazy. I've been too preoccupied with life. I've been making excuses, to be honest. And I'm here to tell you, like, the world needs our music. It's not about being good. It's not about like having ideas that reach the masses. It's not about making money. It's about writing music that matters to your soul. Maybe something I've said today has kind of inspired you or given you permission to go after this songwriting, go after the music production. Use AI as a tool, just like the internet, just like all other technology. AI, let AI serve you. That's where I've landed with it. And I hope to hear some music that's genuinely inspired. And it's time to kind of like go back to the basics, back to the foundational things, back to learning our instruments, back to learning our scales, and like, let's not be mediocre anymore. I'm saying that to myself, not to you. You're probably awesome. You're probably way better than I ever will be. But let's really like lean in to becoming as good as we can. And let's let AI be AI. It's going to do its thing. People are going to abuse it. Whatever. You and I, we're going to lock in. We're going to make music that really matters. We're going to make music that's not just a demo. It's going to be something that changes you and it changes others. Yeah, so if that's something that you are interested in doing, you want to lock in, you want to like get as good as you can at producing music, I have a free guide for you. Just download it in the description. It's just a 7-step guide on how to take a demo idea from beginning to completion. And it's for DIY artists like you and me, who we don't have a label. We're just trying to make the best music that we can and make an impact on those that we love. Can't wait to hear from you guys. Please comment below. What do you guys think of AI? Are we cooked? Tell me what you guys think. Is like, it doesn't sound as good. Like it doesn't, the quality of the audio, it sounds a little pixelated or like low quality or something. I can't fully describe, but there's like this tone that it doesn't sound real. Now, here's where the limitations of AI are happening with music, at least in 2026, is that you can't fully control what AI is doing. It will do some random glitches that it's not exactly how you want the song to be, but you're like, oh, I guess that's kind of cool. And you kind of like let it replace what you were originally going for with your song. But the problem was like the more and more I did this, the more I became lazy with my songwriting. Like I would have a chorus idea and then I just got really impatient. I wanted to hear how that chorus sounded like fully produced. So I put it into Suno. It came out with this amazing idea. What it did though, that was actually really awful, was I became more lazy with it. Like I would have it make me a verse. Like, okay, come up with lyrics for this verse about this concept and make me a bridge now. Like make a chorus too. And I became lazy. Like I wouldn't actually write. I wouldn't do the writing myself. I would like make AI do the writing for me. AI has its limitations and it also puts limitations on you if you're not careful. But I will say this about AI. Probably the best use of this that I've seen is actually something personal to me and kind of close to my heart is my dad. I grew up watching my dad write songs, and here I've heard my dad's songs. He's performed them in church my whole life. And as my dad got older, he has rheumatoid arthritis, and he's got some physical limitations now that his voice has rapidly deteriorated. Not only that, but like his hands, because of the arthritis, they are deformed, honestly. And I know he jokes about it all the time, but there's a deep part of him that has been taken away because of the disease of arthritis. It's just horrible. Like, he can't play the trumpet anymore, and he can't, at least not as good as he could, just physically. And he can't sing as well as he could because his throat and his vocal cords, they have deteriorated over the years. And so it's really sad for me that I can't hear my dad in his prime anymore. But with AI, it's been really cool to kind of like see what can be done about a demo that he has. Like, he's given me a handful of demos that are really, just simple, like him sitting it down at a piano. He's like, hey, what would this sound like? And so he's given me some of his demos, and I'll put it through AI, and then it becomes like this amazing version of his song that I'm like, oh my gosh, that sounds so good. It's a different style than I could ever create. It's better than what I could ever do for him. And so it's cool to see like him be able to see some of his song ideas come out. So that at best, AI is good for that. And at its worst, it's replacing the creativity and the genuine like humanity of why we are who we are as humans. If we're not careful, we're going to just like fast forward all those parts and that wrestle, that struggle of writing music and writing music that matters. And it's sometimes painful, but there's something in the process of making it that is really good for our souls. So I don't want to preach too much, but AI can be used for good. It can be used for bad, just like every other technology. Do with that what you will. This is where I've landed. Let AI music work for you, and don't work for AI. So that's kind of like where I'm staying. And we're just going to lock in. We're going to keep doing this, guys. We're going to keep making the best music that we possibly can. We're going to become good at our craft. We're going to get as disciplined as we possibly can, because it matters. It matters to you. It matters to your soul and to those around you. And so if that's kind of your lane, I have a resource that's totally free for you. Check it out in the description. It's just a 7-step guide of how you take an idea from demo to release. And it's just very simple steps that you can follow. Hopefully it's another resource for you to just keep creating music. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.